welcome back to my channel, Megan Victoria. If you are new, hello, welcome. My name is Megan. I'm a pro hair and makeup artist, and today we are recreating Camilla Belle's look from the Golden Globes. So I tried to make it a little bit more wearable. Like, I know the Golden Globes, you know, people want to go out, they want to make a statement, and I get that. But I just want to like dial it down a little bit and make this kind of a little bit more wearable, everyday, whatever, you know, you want to say. If you want to wear it to a party, great. If you want to wear it to your grandmother's house, do your thing. But we just have this really beautiful kind of like earthy greens and blues and teals with this like pinky lip. I tried to keep the skin very translucent, very light and very dewy. We've got a pinky flush, lots of cream products, and I'm just like really into this look. So if you'd like to see how I get this look, then please just keep on watching. There's something irritating my face. I don't know what's going on, but my skin is super warm, so I'm gonna try and be as like gentle as possible. So I'm gonna start with some Charlotte Tilbury number 3 foundation. Usually I'm number 5, but I'm super pale. And in this look particular, Camilla's like pretty natural. Like, she's not too bronzed. It's more of like the pinky blushy look. So I do want to get kind of that freshness happening. So I'm just applying the foundation with my fingers and really working it into the skin, but also letting it breathe and kind of have that translucent feel. So I want to add a little bit more dewiness to the skin, so I'm going to take my Hollywood Flawless filter and apply a little bit just kind of in the high points of the face. And again, you can work this in with your fingers or a brush, but I'm just going to tap it in with my fingers. It just gives the skin such a beautiful glow. Right, next we're going to go in with our Salmon concealer and just apply that right underneath the eyes just to counteract those dark circles. Alright, and this is going to be my first time trying the new Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer. I'm really excited about this. So this will definitely give us any additional coverage that I felt like the skin was lacking. So I'm just going to dot this on because I don't want too much coverage. So we'll just be very gentle with where we apply. And we're just going to blend all this in with our fingers. It looks really invisible on the skin actually. So very skin-like texture, which I really like. It brightened the under eyes, but like not like super crazy. But when the light hits it, you can see even more brightening, which I really like. I think my eyes kind of look like the way they look with the cosmetics, with that like really nice light reflecting concealer underneath. I think that looks really nice, and I kind of like how natural the skin is. You can really see all the skin kind of peeking through. Not even peeking through, it is like it's there, it's showing up, but we do have some really nice coverage, which is perfect as well. So when you have this like very natural luminous skin, it's gonna look very like harsh if there's any like really heavy powders and contours and things like that. So what I've been loving is this Twilight Radiance palette from Bare Minerals. If you open it up, it's got all these like cream kind of colors, but these two kind of mixed together make such a beautiful like blushy bronze. So I'm just gonna bronze kind of the perimeter of my face with this. And if I really wanted like a really flushed look, I would go in with this guy, but because Camilla's makeup is like so soft, I'm gonna go in with actually like my RCMA blush palette. So I think we're gonna take this like true pink shade. I'm gonna grab a little bit of that, and I actually just like to again apply it with my fingers. I just think it looks so natural and pretty. And we're just gonna kind of tap this on. It's just going to give us that really beautiful pink flush. Alright, so we have very natural skin, so what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of my Charlotte Tilbury loose powder, my magic powder. I love this powder because it really lets the skin kind of keep its glow. And I'll just go over kind of the hot spots just to tone down a little bit of that shine. And the cheek products are all self-setting, so you don't have to worry about those. And because we always love a little bit more of a glow, I'm going to go in with this Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter. Maybe I am. We'll see. Oh my god, nails. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this because it's also so pink. And I'm just going to kind of work that in so we get that really beautiful pink glow as well. The highlighter matches the blush and it's all really cohesive. Alright, so here is the face makeup done. It's just so natural and glowy and fleshed and beautiful. I'm just going to do my brows really quickly and then we'll zoom in onto the eyes. Alright, so I got the brows extremely natural. I basically did nothing to them. So for the eyeshadow look, we are going super colorful, which is really exciting, but I know that can sometimes be a little intimidating. So the first step I'm going to do, number one, we're going to mostly be using our Elements palette from Urban Decay because we've got the greens, we've got the blues, lots of different things. But the first thing we're going to do is grab this shade called Antidote, and it's just a transition shade. A transition shade is so helpful, especially when doing colorful looks, because you can put something on to basically tell you this is where you are going to stop, because if you go any further, you may end up looking like a clown. And if that's your goal, great. If not, then follow along. So I just like to put a nice transition shade, just some type of like warm brown or taupey kind of color, whatever kind of works with your skin tone, but just kind of something a couple shades darker than your skin tone is just going to give us that buffer room. And also, like, I tend to have a lot of lid space, so I can take my shadows pretty high up, so depending on your eye shape, you'll kind of know. Like, Camilla definitely shows that she has like that hooded eye, so they definitely took the shadows up higher, because if she didn't and she just like opened her eyes, then it would kind of disappear when she opened her eyes. So because we are going for such a colorful look, I'm going to use the NYX Jumbo Shadow Pencil in Milk and just kind of give myself a rough base. You can also use concealer, but I just know that my skin is really dry right now, so it could definitely use a little bit more help with kind of the tacky department. Then you can just blend that in with your finger. So once you've blended it out, we're gonna go straight in with our green shade. Now, I cannot see exactly what she has done because there are no pictures of her like eyes closed, so I'm just kind of going off the photos I see. So we're gonna take the shade Secret Keeper, which is this really beautiful, kind of almost like leprechaun green, and I'm just going to press this on to the first half of our lid. And this is where the transition shade really comes in handy, because you can see exactly where you gotta stop. So for the outer half, we're gonna take this shade called Earthbound, take it on the same brush. You can flip your brush over just so you have it on the different side. And we'll just pat that more on that outer corner. Don't worry about blending yet, we're just placing the color so we can see exactly where we want it. Because I want this super pigmented, I'm making sure that I'm really pressing the shadows in rather than swiping. That's going to give you the most color payoff. So we're going to take this little blending brush. I took something little because I want it a little bit more controlled. We'll go into that Secret Keeper shade first, tap off our excess, and then we can just take that and start working it up into that transition shade. Just little swirly motions. And all we're trying to do is just kind of soften the line. We'll go into the Earthbound shade with that little blending brush yet again, and we'll start working that on the outer corner and just sweeping it up into the transition area. The shape of the shadow is actually pretty like straight across, which is not my favorite for my eye shape, but I'll give it kind of a try, and we'll bring this up because it's not actually that like winged out, it's more like brought up and like straight across. Alright, so I'm just gonna go back to that original blending brush, and we're just gonna blend this all together so there's no harsh lines. Okay, so for the lower lash line, she definitely has a more blue, so I'm gonna take this Makeup Forever Aqua XL eye pencil in the shade 124, I think, or liner 24, maybe it's an L, and I'm going to line my waterline but also my lower lash line, just to get that blue vibe happening. Ow, I just poked myself in the eye. That was not pleasant. Okay, we're good. Okay, so now we have the liner on. My eyes are settling from, you know, being poked a million times, but we're good. So what I want to do is take the Secret Keeper green shade just on that blending brush, so kind of like softer, and I'm going to kind of set that liner and just smoke out that green. And then since we are in this palette, I want kind of more of a punch, so we're going to take the Heavy Water shade, which is this really bright blue, and I'm going to put this on a smaller brush and really get this much closer to the lash line. That's going to mix together, giving us that like really beautiful like teal pop. And because I want a little bit more definition in my upper waterline, I'm going to take this 24/7 Glide On pencil from Urban Decay. It's just like a beautiful forest green. And off camera, I'm going to line my waterline so I don't poke my eyes out. But that's just going to give us that definition right at the top. So we have the pop of the blue at the bottom and then the green smokiness on the top. So I'm going to do that. Alright, and since we put that dark green liner on both our upper waterline or tight line and our lash line, I'm just going to take that Earthbound shade and we're going to just press that on top just to kind of smoke and blend the liner with our shadow. We are so sultry. Alright, so I'm going to jump off camera and I'm going to apply my lashes and mascara. While our lashes are drying, we'll move on to lips. So she's wearing like a very just like pink, not glossy, but like well moisturized lip. So what I'm going to do is just take my lip liner and just kind of lightly fill in the kind of spots on my lips that aren't as like even. So I just kind of want to even out the shape without kind of like overdrawing them and making them like too Instagram-y. Alright, and once we have our lip liner, I'm going to go in with this Eve Pearl lipstick. So this one's in Peaches and Cream, and it's very creamy, so it's very on brand. And I don't want too much, so I'm just going to take it and then I'm just going to tap it to kind of blend it in. So at the end, what I like to do is just go into my pressed powder palette, and I just like to take this powder on just a little brush, and I can kind of just stamp it where all my little hot spot areas are. Mostly it's from the lights, but you know, any type of shiny warmth, sweat, or oils that are coming through, I just like to take care of that. Mostly in the center of my face because I do want to keep kind of that glow in the cheeks, so just kind of the center areas. Alright guys, so there we have it. This is the final look. I love how soft it is, and it's a little bit more wearable than, say, the Golden Globes version. She took her eyeshadow pretty high up, but this just brings it back down to earth and makes it a little bit more wearable for like an everyday occasion or a party or whatever you want to do. Do your thing. But I really love how this look came out. I slicked my hair just to like be in the spirit of like the whole vibe. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Mwah.